Many of God's prophets predicted that this captivity of God's people would not destroy the nation. This captivity would eventually end and the people would be allowed to go back home. In the last three books of the Old Testament, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi were all written after this return. There were three groups of people leaving at different times who returned to the stricken city of Jerusalem. Zerubbabel led the first assembly back, and under Haggai's ministry, they laid the foundations of the temple. The temple was completed during Zechariah's time, and then Ezra the priest led another group back from Babylon. The last return came under the leadership of Nehemiah, who led the people to rebuild the walls around Jerusalem. Then we come to the prophet Malachi. At this point, God's people were disappointed and discouraged. They had returned to the promised land and had rebuilt Jerusalem, replanted their fields, and reconstructed the temple. However, life was still not going very well. Their zeal had fizzled and their faith had turned to an empty formalism. Their spirituality was sloppy and their religion was ritualistic and hollow. They were lethargic, lax, and lenient. And this message from Malachi teaches us what can happen when we are sliding spiritually. We also can become apathetic toward the Almighty. At the time of the book of Malachi being written, God's people had stopped going to the temple to worship, and those who did attend gave God the leftovers of their lives and love. Their lips formed prayers, but their hearts were hard. So they blamed God for everything and themselves for nothing. And God has a message for them.